Good evening, good morning, good night, you lovelies. It is the one, the only Cappy D Bar, and we are here to discuss some wrestling. Hope all of you have a great one. Have you catch this whenever you catch this. Now I do want to say, despite my semi-cheery attitude, there are some very pressing things that we have to get to. There was a passing in the wrestling community, an independent wrestler by the name of Jordan Saint, a very beloved and a very widely recognized figure in the independent wrestling scene, passed away due to a car crash sometime, I believe it had to be no later than a Friday or Thursday night. I just want to extend condolences not only to the friends, but the family, the Road family, anybody who even remotely seen him, on any of his, tapings for any of these shows. Stuff like this just reminds you that life is very short, and you have to cherish every single moment as much as you can. It really hurts, and the wrestling community definitely seems to be they seem to be pretty hurt by it. They seem to be pretty impacted. So again, there's nothing else I can really say except for prayers, light, and just thoughts not only to the family of Jordan Saint, but again his Road family, his fans, his actual family. He wasn't just an independent wrestler, but he was a son. He was a Road brother to many. And, he had the potential to be, again, something great in this industry, like everyone does. I would like to dedicate this review and, this piece of history with Collision, June 13th, 2026, to Jordan. And you will be missed, brother. You will be missed. All right, we are going to try to get into this collision in the most, level-headed manner that we can. It's a very good collision, very, very good collision. Honestly, I think them even taking the risk of opening up this collision with Kenny Omega, very brave. It's very brave. Personally, I think if I had the pen, I'm always going to put Kenny in the main event because he's a main event wrestler to me. But that's just, again, me being greedy, me and my agenda kind of shining through a little bit. Bad Man Tito is my first match catching of this guy, and it wasn't bad at all. Again, this match was the opener, long show, so it was a little bit quicker than maybe everyone expected it to be for a Kenny match. But he did his thing. He executed a pretty solid backdrop onto the outside. I think I seen him do it might have been either a power slam. It might have been a power slam or just I'm forgetting the move, but essentially he caught him, got him in the Mark Henry position, and then kind of just slammed him from there. I could be mixing that move up with maybe somebody else, but he looked great. Bad Man Tito looked very good in this match. Kenny put it away pretty easily, and after, he has a pretty good promo. All the promos tonight are, by the way, fantastic. All the promos so fucking good, right? Kenny cuts a promo saying that not only is he looking forward to this match with Zack Sabre Jr., right, because he shares the same likeness as a Bryan Danielson, shares the same likeness as a as a Nigel McGuinness, right? But this is going to be his litmus test to see if he is ready to hold the strap once more. And I think it's pretty obvious what they're doing. Kenny is probably going to pick up this title off of MJF. Yeah. We're going to get to MJF later in the night, promise you. But this is good. This is solid. And again, I personally would have had Kenny in the main event, but I think with the main event being what it is for this show, I think it works. I don't think it's, going to ruffle too many feathers, honestly, with the fan base. Clearly it didn't, because it was very well received. Next match on the card, we get a bit of Athena squash match. Is what it is, but Athena, she puts somebody away pretty quickly. Maya World comes down to try to, intimidate, get in her face. Doesn't really work that well for Maya World. If we are telegraphing this using a wrestling chemistry and algebra, there's a good chance that this encounter is going to cause, Maya World to not only go over on Athena, but hypothetically have a finale with Mercedes Moné. Now, I don't know if they would do that, but again, if we're going to use a little bit of a 101 wrestling psychology, my world would have to go over on the next show before their match, right? Who knows? Yeah, but again, Athena minutes on my AEW screen, that's a positive. My World minutes on my screen, that's positives. These are positives here. My World cuts a very emotional promo that I thought was great. It was great. And honestly, again, pairing with everyone else's promos tonight, sure, it wasn't like fucking creme de la creme. Yeah, it wasn't maybe the best, but it was a very, very good promo. It involved her brother, it involved her love of the sport, the love of this industry, her road family, and it was good, man, good. And you know, and honestly, I thought about this briefly. You know, like the idea of just a young black male kind of being circulated again, of passing away, probably really triggered Maya. So I mean, truthfully, the second I kind of thought of everyone else in Jordan's immediate circle, his fans, you know, people that he's met along the way, I immediately thought about Maya, you know, because she is obviously still mourning that, you know, that horrible loss in her family. So and then there's also like the whole show, like Oliver Tree. It's like, man, life is short, huh? Life is short. This is I don't want to get too grim here, chat. My bad. Yes, but a very good segment from not only Maya World but Athena. Very solid promo from Athena, and that's pretty much that. You know, Athena says that, you know, she's taught Maya World everything she knows, but she hasn't taught her everything that she knows. That's a little confusing. Just go watch the promo; it would make more sense. But I'm very excited for this match. I don't know where they're going to be going in terms of booking, but either way, I think I'm going to be leaving pretty satisfied. We get Zeta World. Oh Christ, we get Zeta Steel versus Sheeta. Sheeta also is having an amazing run on her return. I think Sheeta is definitely adding not only a lot to this locker room, but a lot to her matches. They just wrestle differently. She wrestles differently than everyone else there. Honestly, I don't even think like Thekla wrestles remotely like Sheeta, and they're both kind of from the same backyard, right? Like, this is a very great match. Shortly after, we get Persephone versus Julia Hart. A lot of women's matches tonight. I'm fucking with it. Tony. Hey, Tony, you're listening. Tony, you're listening. I like it. I'm a fan of it, bro. Persephone versus Julia Hart. Persephone is a future world champion. There's nothing else to really, like, you know, tout about that. She's already the CMML women's world champion, so, you know, not to disrespect that, you know, historic lucha ground over there. But, you know, Persephone, the second that, you know, she wants to make, you know, she wants to cross all her T's and dot all her I's, AEW world champion Persephone run. 2028, 2029, calling that shit. Calling that shit now. It's going to be glorious graps. Oh, Persephone versus Megan Bain. Mwah. On my precious all-in for 2029. Book it now. Yes, but not only does Persephone but Sheeta go over in these matches again. The new era, like this kind of new horizon that AEW is kind of crossing when it comes to fresh women talent. I'm happy about it, man. We're kind of dabbling into the Stardom territory. Thekla's promo brought up, I believe their name is Star Kid. I don't want to butcher this person's name. Very popular, though, and very anticipated. This is probably going to be one of the more anticipated matches on the Forbidden Door card. The entire point of Forbidden Door is to kind of, you know, break down those break the walls down, if you would. So, again, happy with this. I'm very, very pleased with the, again, just the amount of women's matches that we get, period. Positive, simple positives. This Collision is firing off on all cylinders so far, and especially when it comes to building some of these people. Like Athena needs to be built, right? Persephone had a great back and forth with Mercedes Moné many moons ago. That character has to be built. So I'm not going to harp on these matches too long. They're positive. Sure, they're a little short in the booking. You know, it needs it needs a solid trajectory. But for what we get right now, not upset at it. Not upset at it at all. Next match that we get is going to be Speedball Mike Bailey versus Jack something. These two have a lot of history going all the way back to even DPW. Shout out to DPW, hold the line. I didn't expect for this match to honestly like take me to the places that it did. There was a power bomb on the apron. Mike Bailey looked like he died. There were moments where Speedball Mike Bailey looked like he attempted to decapitate Jack something. I didn't think that they would keep showing this on TV after a certain point. It got very stiff. But remind you, these were previous tag champions, so they have no problem kind of, if you would, pushing the pace, if you would, and I think that a simple kind of change in direction when it comes to a character like Speedball Mike Bailey, it makes all the difference when the hits start landing, if you catch my drift. Again, Speedball Mike Bailey, he doesn't put away this match, but it is the right choice for Jack something to pick up a win after his return from this injury. But again, this is me. It's me and my agenda, all right? Same situation with the Dogs and the Young Bucks, all right? Great match. Fucking amazing match. The Young Bucks haven't lost a step since they fucking created the LOC for PWG. I'm dead ass, man. It is a great fucking match. Clark Connors is he's really finding a nice way to adapt to everybody in that ring. I think for the most part, one of my issues was his style wasn't really understandable, right? Because it is kind of an interpretation of, you know, a really simple textile with a, you know, a nice dash of New Japan Pro, and then you have to kind of incorporate everything that, you know, in terms of kayfabe, of course, you know, what Jon Moxley does with, you know, I think it's death style, right? That is somewhat incorporated into pieces of Clark Connors kind of character. So there's just a lot of moving pieces when it comes to not only his arsenal, but what he has to kind of get off in character work, you know, being flashy, you know, while he is simultaneously also trying to show that the shit is not as sweet as niggas think it is, and that he will push you in a Fujiwara armbar that may snap your shit in half. You know, he has a great technical capabilities, but again, when he wants to, you know, start firing off on all cylinders, and, you know, it's kind of cliche, but if you were to call it move like a face, very good at it, very fucking good at it. You know, again, I would have loved if the Young Bucks would have put this match away, but you know, the Dogs end up winning, kind of setting up a bit of a blow off between the Bang Bang Gang and the the Bang Bang Gang and the Dogs. You know, hypothetically with a little bit of help from either the Don Callis family or the Death Riders. I'd see more Death Riders, maybe like Claudio and Yuta. I wouldn't put it past Claudio and Yuta to try to get the job done on old Juicy Robinson. I don't know where Jay White is. I don't know what's going on with Jay White. I would like for him to return sometime soon, though. That'd be nice. Haven't seen the nigga since my birthday last year. Not a fan of that, Jay. Hey Jay, not a fan of that. Yeah, but this match, very good. And honestly, last couple of matches that we will be discussing for this collision is going to be Myron Reed versus Kevin Knight. What can I say, Jack? What the fuck can I say? This was great. This match was fucking amazing. This was match of the night. Myron Reed shows his fucking ass, bro. He does the unthinkable. Honestly, he does the unthinkable. Made Collision trending. He made Collision trending. Also, I can thank Thekla for that. Thekla, you fucking demon, you beast. That promo that she cut on the CEO of Stardom, so fucking good, so fucking good. Myron Reed goes out here. He has a great match with Kevin Knight. That pairing, like them matching together, how they're matching, that's great. Like I need more matches from these niggas. Honestly, like the premise of Myron Reed kind of taking the place of what Kevin Knight used to be, right? Because Kevin Knight used to obviously, you know, changing up the style and his whole gimmick. You know, we used to be very high flying, very death defying. You know, he even has a new finisher that he puts away this match with. So Myron Reed filling that gap with Kevin Knight, the kinetic one, it's good. It's good. It's good. And now I'm thinking about that pop when Kevin Knight hits another fucking UFO splash. Nigga. Oh my god, the new finisher that he puts this match away with, you know, definitely feels like something a heel would use. I'm not gonna lie, definitely sucks all the momentum out of your opponent. But again, Myron Reed, bro, he hits a stun dog millionaire, assisted off the ropes, then he hits one cutter over the top rope into the ring. Kevin Knight gets on the apron. Myron Reed jumps over the top rope again on the southern part of the ring, out onto the floor. Two cutters in the time stance of 5 seconds. It was amazing. This match was very fucking good. And honestly, all credit to Myron Reed, bro. I am loving these new factions that we're getting. Like even like shit like the Triangle of Madness, right? How they paired very briefly with the Divine Domination. We get STP, right? We have the Rascals. Even kind of new and favored players like the Dogs, right? That break off branch from the Death Riders. Everything that we're getting from factions and just work ethic in this company right now is so good. Oh my god, Chad, it's fucking amazing. Listen, and knowing that Forbidden Door is right around the corner with everything that we just got from that New Japan Pro pay-per-view that just aired maybe like 3 or so days ago, Listen, we are in for some great shit. We are in for some great shit, not only for the G1 climax with a Takeshita being in the G1 climax, but you know, everybody, you know, including Gabe Kidd. I think sooner or later, you know, he refuses to admit it in character. But that Yoda guy, like the Yoda, like I think his name Yoda Izui. I'm butchering that guy's name. I'm so sorry, bro. But he's sooner or later going to lock up with the AEW guy. That shit's going to be heat. That's just going to be great. We get Zack Sabre Jr. For Forbidden Door with, you know, Kenny Omega at fucking Forbidden Door. Like, listen, I'm very, very happy with just you know, the bridges that are being built right now. It is benefiting this company greatly. Last match of the night that we will be discussing is going to be STP versus the Death Riders in a Cincinnati street fight. Now, the Death Riders do their thing. They come in from outside because it's beast. They're ore farming. It's kind of their thing. And then the STP get to jump on them because it's a street match. Boom! I hope you like that one. Listen, I am very happy with the idea of street fights being taken at least semi-seriously. That's cool. Happy with that. Not too upset at it. As they spill into the arena, I noticed that Lee Moriarty was locked the fuck in. Just locked in. Lee Moriarty, I think he either like semi-clears the ring or he just fully clears the ring of the Death Riders. And I'm like, oh, these niggas out their mind. They're out their mind. There are great blades in this match. There's a setup where Moxley, he just gets fucking stoned. Bro, he gets rocked by the brass knuckles and he's out for like a good 5 to 6 while the STP take control of the Death Riders. I'm about to call this nigga Cesaro. Claudio flies in with a CMML mask, flattens everybody. Oh my gosh, yo, this match was good. This was a very, very good match. There was a moment where Lee Moriarty had like an octopus lock on Claudio. He forced his way out of it and kind of threw himself and Moriarty through the table. There was a spot with Trisha Dora. You know, she attempts to kind of give the good old Gunther chops to Claudio to no avail, leading for Marina Shafir and Claudio to tag team her with a fucking 360. Bro, this was such a good fucking match. Like, this was a great fucking match, and it's not like hokey carny booking, you know, there isn't some weird fuckity finish. No, the Death Riders go over. They go over and then they get the shit kicked out of him again, because there's a simple story of Jon Moxley, you know, caring too much, you know, his heart's too big, you know, that, it's weird, right? Because everyone was like, oh, where's this whole face heel thing going with Moxley? But Mox is obviously the face in this situation, and we're playing on that weakness of like, hey, you care about your family, you care about these guys. That's your weakness. Your weakness is your loyalty, right? Shane Taylor cuts an amazing promo after this match. Everyone was kind of memeing about it, but they do the shield bomb, you know, they do the shield fist, the shield chair, and the shield ring, and the shield show. Listen, bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. This was like a really good collision. This was a really good collision, very fun collision. Fucking action-packed to the gills. Summer Blockbuster definitely did his job. Summer Blockbuster 100% did his job. Also, I think that even like Lee Moriarty being in the mix here, like with the Death Riders, with Jon Moxley, that shit's a positive. That shit's just a net positive. You have characters like a Trisha Dora, who again just works so well with the crowd, so fucking well with the crowd. She literally eats the nastiest front kick with, you know, fucking tacks and glass, you know, taped damn near to Marina Shafir's feet, and the crowd loved it. Like, bro, there are so many aspects of this faction and just of this rivalry that's working. It's working very, very well, and I'm pleased, man. I'm pleased by it. All right, easy 10 out of 10 Collision. I had an amazing time with this shit, and I will be getting to not only Collision, I will not only be getting to you know, Monday Night Raw, but NXT. That is something that I promised all of you I would do, and I'm nothing if not a man of my word. All right, so that was everything that your boy had for June 13th, 2026. Collision. I hope all of you have a great one. However you catch this, whenever you catch this. All right, and as I always say, all right, I hope you all stay safe, stay tuned, stay beautiful. Peace. Jordan, Shake, your boy JST. Y'all ain't on me. You watch the Slum DVD. Nigga.